This is part one of a series of videos that I'm going to do about stakeholder management in Power Platform. So I'm going to look at creating tables, creating a Power BI report, and I'm going to look specifically for a type of visual that's called a force-directed graph. Those are the three videos. Today we're going to take a look at which tables we need to create in order to build what I call stakeholder management. Of course, there's more to stakeholder management than just these tables, but bear with me. In a typical stakeholder setup, you would have two tables, and the stakeholder relationship would be represented by a relation between that resource and that project table. More information such as the influence or the interest of a stakeholder can be added to that relationship. But that's about the extent to what you can do with this type of relationship. So in order to build a good force-directed graph, I added 3 additional tables that can hold more information about that stakeholder and that relationship within a project or between another resource. So these tables are the participation, the engagement, and the relations of a stakeholder. Let's take a look at the first one, which is the participation, that has a direct link to a project as well as a resource, because the resource is the stakeholder and they have a relation towards a project. How that is visualized is something like this, where you have a stakeholder. Their role is, are they a decision maker? Do they actually support this project? And you can add information such as an influence score, time spent on the project. And if you would like to add more information on this specific participation for the project, you can add more table columns as well. The second one is a little bit different, where an engagement is something that can happen within a project, but also outside a project, across the organization, or maybe it's in a department level up or a department workshop or something completely different, but it is still an engagement and it is still something that you would like to note down somewhere. So that's why I added a light blue color here towards the project to represent the ability that yes, you can have an engagement specific for a project, but it's not a requirement here. Of course, there's still that stakeholder and resource relationship. And this could look something like this, where you have your in-project engagements, where Alice had a Teams chat on a specific date, and now she knows more about topic X. And the third one is the stakeholder relations. And these relations also can happen within a project. Someone reports to someone else specifically for the topic of that project, or someone is the manager or someone else, and that goes across the organization, that goes across projects. And this signals the bond between the nodes. Then the nodes are your resources within a force-directed graph. If there's a relation between a resource and another resource that doesn't have anything to do with a specific project, that relationship will, of course, be between two people instead of between two people in the context of a project. And that could look something like this, where Lana reports to Daniel. Ivan does so as well, but the bond between Ivan and Daniel is stronger in this sense than that of, for instance, Cedric and Daniel, who just have a relationship of strength of 10. Now, with these 3 tables added to the system, I have enough input to build a force-directed graph that actually makes a lot more sense. In the second video, I'm going to set up a Power BI file that grabs this information from these 5 tables, and I'll prepare measures and I'll prepare the file in order to build those force-directed graphs. But before we do, let me give you a live example of these 2 types of stakeholder management solutions, where the first one is just a project and a resource link, And the other one is actually with these 3 additional tables in there. So participation, engagement, relations. So for the first part, here I'm looking at a Projectum XPM solution that just has that stakeholder setup where a project, Sustainable Energy in Groningen, and the resource that is linked up down below. Here you can talk about who is the resource, an ID if you need to. You can say if the stakeholder is internal or external. Do you have a high influence and a high interest? Then they would be considered a partner in our stakeholder matrix. But now let's also have a look at another environment. And in this environment, I added those 3 tables as well. So I'll have a stakeholder example project here. I can click on edit. And here I have stakeholder version 2. So stakeholder version 2, currently it only has those tables, but of course you can also have that stakeholder matrix in there as well, where you would hook up the interest and the influence towards the influence score and the time spent on the project. Here you'll have that participation, that in-project relations, and the in-project engagements. So if I were to add a participation, I would click on the new button. And this would open up a side pane where I can look up a resource, such as Patricia, and I can say that she's not a decision maker, but the participation is at risk. She is a sponsor. Oh, let me just show you this. I added these different roles to represent different types of stakeholders. For now, she's a sponsor, but her support level is resistant. She doesn't quite like this project. The influence score is maybe quite high, but she doesn't spend that much time on the project. So the participation is at risk. She doesn't feel safe or within this project. She doesn't feel safe within the project, but yeah, I'll click on cancel because I wanted to create another one. And here you'll have Patricia as a sponsor for this project. She is resistant and more information is visible. Now the in-project relations, we can add some more information where Patricia is the source and there is a target. So we can have that new stakeholder relation, and in here you'll see that I added the optional initiative link. So this is an in-project relation, and I can have the source as being Patricia. And a target, let's pick, who did we have? We have Alice. And this is a bidirectional, and the relationship is that they are blockers. They don't like each other. And there's a strong, there is a strong relationship, and that is a strong blocking relationship. Now this tells us more about what type of relation Patricia has to Alice. And we also know that Alice is part of our stakeholder group. No, not so much so. So let's add Alice as well, just to have that complete overview. Let's make her a decision maker, and let's call her a line manager. She is positive, and she has not that much influence, but she does spend a lot of time on the project. I can click save and close, and now I have Alice in here as well. She is a supporter, doesn't spend that much. She does spend a lot of time, but she doesn't have that much influence. And then in project engagements, I could try and convince Patricia that she actually does want to support this project. Let's add a new stakeholder engagement where it would be a one-on-one relationship. Engagement date, error loading control. Let's click on cancel and see if I can. So let's add a new stakeholder engagement, and let's ignore that error message here just for now. I'll have a relation. I will have an engagement with Patricia, and it's going to be a one-on-one. And the outcome is Patricia now knows more about the why we need this project to succeed. No direct improvement on support, though. And I can click Save and Close. And now we know that Patricia has a one-on-one, and sadly the engagement date isn't showing because there was an error message. You might have seen that. But yeah, basically this would be the today date showing up, or the date of that moment in time that you had that engagement. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these tables up and put them in Power BI and build that file to make it possible to have a good stakeholder report inside your Power BI dashboard. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.